My name's Cyvarius. I was in and out that detention center 2 years straight. Waking up every day in the cell, doing what the gods tell you. That's how my life was. My mama, you feel me, she always motivated me to do right, but I still end up doing wrong by myself, so.
Even though he was, making bad decisions, we could never get to him, because of the neighborhood he was in.
I mean, she always gonna be there no matter what, you feel me? Because it's your mama. At the end of the day, who gonna be there? Your mama. Like she always told me when I was getting locked up, your friend's not gonna be here for you. Who come to your court dates for you? Me, I'm coming here. I gotta go through all this for you. I'm missing work for you. So at the end of the day, my mama gonna be there. I know that's for a fact. I know she'd rather have me in DCFS than back over there where she was living at the time.
A program like Regenerations really help give these youth a second chance. The sky's the limit. They can be what they want to be. They can see people like them doing great things.
LCFS got me out of jail. Appreciate them for that.
One day, my sister had asked me, like him going through his little trials and tribulations, would it be okay if he come live with you? So it was like, okay, that's fine. He can come stay with us.
As a young black man in America, being placed with his uncle and having that person that has been through some of the things that he's been through, has overcome and has decided to, change his life around. Cyvarius can see this and he can learn from this and he can use those tools and that advice and build a relationship with someone who has been where he's been and who has decided to change that around.
My uncle, he came in, was basically took, when my mama couldn't finish, he finished it for us. So. See, my uncle, you feel me, he'll come to me and tell me what's wrong, what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing something wrong.
When I was growing up, wasn't no LCFS, you know what I mean? I had to learn from hard knocks.
He has this great family support, but he also has LCFS who's willing to give him and his family the tools needed for him to really live a life that he can live. Like he said, he wants to go to college, he wants to do these different things, and the sky's the limit. He can do all of it. I just see someone that's determined, that says, I know what I've done, but I'm not my past.
LCFS has supported Cyvarius in many ways, just giving him opportunities to do different things, school, basketball, support, just always checking up on him, make sure he goes down the right path, just being a great support system for him, you know what I mean? Me too. Because if there's a question I need to ask, I call one of them and they'll tell me what to do.
I mean, every time somebody see me from LCFS, they know my name. A whole nother family right there. When you're away from your real family, they keep you the same way your family keep you out of trouble. They doing the same thing for you. Make you go harder, make you work harder. Develop your game, bring your game up.
I want to say thank you to all the people that helped him, that came into his life. The whole LCFS family, It's like a second win, It's like a rebirth, just a fresh start for him,
I made some bad decisions on my end, but I learned from them. As long as I take a step forward and don't go backwards, that's my hope. Thank you, LCFS. They was always on top of me. Make sure I was on top of my game, doing what I gotta do.
We knew we wanted to have a bigger family. We had our 2 daughters, biological daughters already. Unfortunately, we had 2 miscarriages after Isabel was born. And so after the second one, we felt like we were being led to adopt. We felt like adding to our family with adoption through foster care gave us an opportunity to not only provide a child with a home that needed one, also expand our family. We picked LCFS, had the home study done. Susan was a great support to us. She was very educational, helping us learn about the process, helping us really look at our family and what was realistic for us at that time.
I don't know if there's something that we're not thankful for during this process with LCFS.
We were presented with Mark's file, and we knew he was young, and we knew he had a substantial medical history. He was already facing known hydrocephalus, which is just extra fluid around the brain, and he had already had a shunt placed to drain that. He was already known to be somewhat developmentally delayed by the time we saw his file and came into the picture. He was probably already suspected to have low vision at that time. Mark's biological family just was not going to be able to meet his needs, medically speaking.
Nothing seemed scary to us in any way. If this was God's plan, then this was God's plan.
Mark's social worker called Susan and basically just said, "When can you come meet him?"
We flew down to Houston to meet him. Our hearts melted when he looked at us and he just smiled.
The social worker comes and they handed us a big duffel bag and said, "See you in 3 days." Now that we had spent 3 days with Mark, we had a choice to say, you know, were we in or were we out, essentially was the question. And we were in. Throughout the whole process, the LCFS supported us in multiple ways. They really helped us know what resources were available for Mark from when Mark came home to the official placement all the way through to the adoption. He called me mommy not that long ago for the very first time. I waited 7 years for it. You know, he was almost a year when he came home to us, and so when he started saying it, it got me for sure. I'd like to say thank you to LCFS for just being our support. Our life has transformed for the better just because we didn't know what we were missing out by not having him.
He's grown so much, and so that's the hope that he's just going to continue growing more. Is maybe he wouldn't have been able to do that without us. And maybe we wouldn't have got to the point where we are now without him. I think we're building each other up, as a family.
Our hope is just that he feels confident and loved to try anything he wants to.
We want for him what we want for all our children. We want them to be happy, successful, adults.